God can bring you to the water, but he can't make you drink. You have to think big. You have to imagine yourself being successful. You have to imagine yourself in the position that you want to be in. You have to imagine yourself living the life that you want to live. God can bring you to the water, but he can't make you drink. So, yes, you have to imagine it. You have to visualize it. You have to manifest it, because it's one of those things where there are other people that also want the same dreams and hopes and visions that you also have and want, but doesn't mean they're working towards it. Doesn't mean they have a step-by-step plan of how they're going to get there. Doesn't mean they have the full faith and trust in, God to help them get to there. But the fact that they understand that they have to do their part too. Like I said, God can bring you to the water, but he can't make you drink. So God can give you the opportunities, show you what it is that you want to do, show you what it is that you want to be, show you the position that you want to be in, show you the life that you want to live. But it's on you to make it happen. It's on you to make it happen. And the one thing that's going to set you apart is to think big. You have to be able to visualize it. You have to have that vision. There are people that can't see the bigger picture. What do I mean by the bigger picture? The bigger picture is treat your life like a story or like a movie. There's a beginning, middle, and end. Right now, you might be in the beginning. Some of you might be in the middle. The rest might be at the end. But it's one of those things where you know what part of your life that you're at. And if you are lucky enough to be at the beginning, you have all the privilege and you have all the power to make sure that the middle and ending turn out the way you want. If you're in the middle, you might not have been able to change the beginning, but you still can control the way that it ends. And even if you're at the end, doesn't mean you can't determine how the story ends. You can add a plot twist. You know what I'm saying? You can end it however you want. But it's one of those things where you have to be able to visualize it. You have to be able to think big. You have to be able to think bigger than yourself. That's why people are trying to get into heaven after they die. Why? Because they're not even worried about the present. They're worried about the after. Like I said, you might be in the beginning stage of your life, but you're worried and imagining and already predicting and visualizing the middle and the end. So you already know, the older I get, the more I want to do this. The older I get, the more I want to believe, the stronger my faith want to become, the more I want to, increase my chances of getting into heaven. But it's one of those things where you have to be able to visualize it. You have to be able to change each stage that you're at. Why? Because if you're not happy with the consequences, or if you're not happy with where you are now, you still can change it. Because like I said, even if you're at the end, you can still determine how the story ends. If you're in the middle, you definitely can determine how it ends. Even if you're at the beginning, you have the power because you can determine the middle of the story, and you can determine the ending of the story. So it's one of those things where you have to think big. You just have to think big, because at the end of the day, it's going to be what makes you, realize, this is why I'm doing it. This is why I wake up in the morning and, go to work every day. This is why I, love my kids, take care of them, and want them to have a better future. Why? Because, like I said, by the time you hit your end, your kids might be hitting their beginning. By the time you're in your middle, your siblings might be at the beginning. So it's one of those things where people are going to be in different stages, but doesn't mean everybody can't change the story of whatever stage they're in. So at the end of the day, the one advice I can give you is to think big. Simply.